Welcome to all who are here to watch and listen. Today I am here with Sal Sposito, is that right?
Yes, it is.
All right, and he is going to tell us today about the Trinity tools, his gifts of stewardship in that area, and how it affects his life of faith. So on that note, I let Sal tell us a little bit about the Trinity tools.
Yeah, well, the Trinity Tools was just kind of a aha moment for me. And it didn't really have a name to start out with, but, I've always wanted to give back to, the church in some way. And, teaching Sunday school is not my comfort zone. I have done it a couple of times here, and I really enjoyed it, but it's just not my comfort zone. So one day, I don't remember where I was, I noticed that a few things were in disrepair. And I'm like, aha, I like working with tools. I like fixing things. That is definitely my comfort zone. So I talked to some of my friends and some people I didn't know and said, hey, I have this idea. Would you mind being on the email list? And that's kind of where it started. I talked to some of the leaders in the church, and they said, yeah, absolutely. And there are always projects around here that need doing. So we've gotten together and done a number of things here. I think right now, currently, there are approximately 20 people on the Trinity Tools list.
Now, this is usually one of my last questions, but as you were talking about this finding a comfort zone and thinking about your own gifts and then saying, hey, I'm good with tools and that's how I can help give back. For myself, my comfort zone, well, at least before I joined the military anyway, would not have been with tools and working with them, and I probably would have been happier teaching kids in Sunday school. Are there members of Trinity Tools now that came in and said, I like this idea, but can you show me how to use some tools? And have you had the opportunity to teach to that capacity?
Not really. We haven't, the most impressive tools we use lately is a power washer, and we power wash the mold. I guess I kind of showed a couple guys that weren't familiar with, the proper way to use one so you don't ruin them. And, other than that, some cordless drills, but plenty of guys have definitely been willing to say, hey, I'm not real handy, but, I'm willing to help.
It all sounds like there might be an opportunity then. When people are watching this video, they can come up to Sal and maybe you can show them a thing or two?
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right, well, that would be awesome. All right, well, my next question for you, and this I guess could apply to all the people of Trinity Tools, is how do you, and maybe the people that you work with, see your service as an act of worship to God?
Well, I guess there are many different forms of worship. And I think in any time that we can, give back to our church family in any way, shape, or form is a way to worship God.
Well, you said it makes you feel connected more to your church family. When you perform these acts of service, does it help you feel more connected to God as well? When you realize these gifts that He's given you and all that you're able to do with them?
Yeah, most definitely. Unfortunately, I neglect sometimes to think of God on a daily basis. I get so busy with, teaching and family and being a husband that I don't always do so. And, every time I maybe drive down here to do something here other than Sunday, it causes me to think about, my church family, and also the more I do it, the more often I find myself thinking about God and Christ on more of a daily basis, which helps me to live that way a little more often, to think more in that light.
So service helps increase your faith.
Most definitely.
If there are people that are watching this right now that have gifts similar to yours, or maybe just interests similar to yours, how would you encourage them to share this gift, and what advice and guidance would you give them?
Oh boy, took me years, I think. You know, I've been going here 11 years now, and I always knew I wanted to be more involved. And, you know, I think more people want to get involved, but might be a little bit afraid, you know, to, I don't know, maybe if it's, you know, public speaking or getting to know people they aren't, you know, don't necessarily know. I say just do it. You know, if you have some gifts you want to share, either join other, you know, things that are already going on around here, or get creative and, you know, look for another need in the church and get something started.